Mr. Gord, I believe that you fought the law. Could you tell us how that went exactly?
Well, I did satire one today because I was laughing in court. You know, they had no case. They set us up for all these months, and the only reaction you can have to their pitiful prosecution was to laugh. They didn't want to actually go through with the case. Their chief superintendent had booked his leave. He booked his holidays on all the days the trial was taking
Precise
place.
5 days.
The precise 5 days.
That's nice.
I mean, it's absolutely pathetic on their part because it really shows up to be quite a cynical move to disrupt protests.
So is it cynical? Is it incompetent? Is it Machiavellian? What's going on here?
I always think it's 6 to 1 and a half a dozen the other, isn't it? It's like the police is institutionally incapable of delivering any justice, and that transposes itself onto being institutionally incapable of actually, functioning as a police service. I think probably what happened is they started off the operation in good intentions in their terms. They started off the operation knowing that they were going to try out mass arrests. However, they didn't really have the resources and the wherewithal to go through with it, and therefore, when push came to shove, they ended up in a situation where you couldn't properly defend. I mean, that's my personal...
Now they've strung this out. This was June you got nicked.
Yes.
November you got charged. They've strung this out till now.
Yeah.
The prosecution wanted to string it out further till next September. Plus there were these bail charges that meant bail conditions that meant...
Yeah.
Now what do you think's going on there? Are they pulling intentionally, getting these things to go out a long length?
The bail conditions, definitely. I mean, the reality is as well that the courts are kind of like, what's the word, studied. The courts are like overworked, and also as well it's very hard to get a 5-day trial. The CPS is a huge mess, as you saw. They lost the key document.
Dog ate the casework.
But in terms of the bail conditions, I mean, you saw them, they were challenged at the human rights law. The lawyers got them voided because they were. You can't tell people to not go on a protest. But what I think what was really telling as well is that once we were actually charged, the 5 of us had all our bail conditions dropped, even though we were still on bail.
Right.
So if these 5 people are the 5 people most likely to reoffend, given that they're the most arrestable, why on earth would you not give them bail conditions? There's no basis to it.
Indeed.
So obviously I think that what shows to me is that it was about stopping protest. It was about stopping people from coming out against the BNP and the EDL at a time that they wanted to capitalise on the murder of Lee Rigby. They were happy to let people go around in the streets threatening Muslim people, beating up Muslim people, and for that situation to escalate as long as they could keep public order. And for me, that's very cynical and that's very concerning. I'm glad we did it because we got vindicated.
Okay, thank you, sir, and enjoy your pint.